and then our main sponsor again, of course, for this party is Ordinals Bot and Trio. And so the founders here, Toby and Brian, and why don't you tell us a little bit about the various entities, the history of Trio and Ordinals Bot, and how it came around, and we'll start with the past, and then we'll go to the future.
Sure. Hey, everybody. Yeah, thank you so much for having us, Michael. Yeah, it's been a journey over the last 2 years. So my name is Brian. I'm the co-founder of Ordinals Bot and Trio. And first of all, we love Bitcoin, and that's why we're all here. And when we seen the Ordinals, protocol launch, we thought, that could this be the thing that brings a lot of creatives back to Bitcoin, a lot of developers back to Bitcoin? And it turns out we were right. So when we launched Ordinals Bot in 2023, we were the first ever inscription service, the first builder company to build on the Ordinals protocol. And since then, there's just been growing with that protocol, with the space. And it's been quite a crazy 2 years to see all these amazing creators and artists and developers come back into Bitcoin, not only using the Ordinals protocol, but I think it kind of re-sparked a little bit people's minds to think, oh yeah, I can actually build on Bitcoin again. I don't need to do it on other chains. So that's been the most exciting thing for me to see that come back. And it's been a whirlwind. And we launched Trio Marketplace at the end of last year. And it's an Ordinals and Bitcoin native asset marketplace. And that's been going great as well. And I'll pass it to Toby.
Yeah. So it's
No, Toby.
It's wonderful to be here. Michael and Joyce, the most amazing hosts I have ever met in my life. This Tokenize conference is astounding. I'm honored to be speaking after two icons of this industry, Michael and Brock. That was one of the most incredible fireside chats, especially as we've got a tough act to follow. But I'm glad people are getting a bit quiet. It's going to be fun. And yesterday, we announced our plans to effectively create a tokenized DEX on top of Bitcoin. So, yeah, I and Brian actually met in the early days when we were dreaming about Bitcoin DeFi. I effectively had been spending a lot of time. I found out about Bitcoin, I think in 2014. But then got very deep into wider crypto. But for whatever reason in 2020, I just decided Bitcoin DeFi should be a thing. No one really believed me, but I just kind of kept on saying it. Now we're launching a DEX. So our plan is to bring the greater than $2 trillion Bitcoin market, the kind of liquidity of tokens that you will get. And I think this is the time where Trio DEX and all of us in this room and all of us in Las Vegas and everyone watching this around the world, we're going to tokenize everything.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So the vision for Trio, the DEX, how much will be sort of the traditional Ordinals marketplace, and how much of it will be real world assets?
So we're completely agnostic. It's a demand supply thing. Our view is obviously actually this week for this conference, we put 6 gold bars on Bitcoin, 1 ounce gold bars. You can buy them on the Trio marketplace. My view is I love all tokens. I love fungible tokens. I love non-fungible tokens. I want them both on Bitcoin. Brian can talk a bit about the early days of Ordinals Bot. One of the credentials that I think that a lot of people at this conference who are saying that they're able to build the next DEX on top of Bitcoin. But we actually, as a business, 40% of the early Ordinals came through our system. The $1 billion token Ordi launched on our platform. And the largest airdrop in Bitcoin history, Runestone, that led to the dog token, that is the currently trending rune of this moment, above a 500 million market cap, we helped bring all these things to market with Ordinals Bot and Trio. So I'm going to leave, like, basically my view is there will be token standards, non-fungible token standards, and things we haven't even imagined yet. And I'm going to leave Brian to explain to you why the Ordinal is the perfect NFT.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you don't know. So we started in the NFT, we dabbled in that area. And one thing about Ethereum NFTs and it's always kind of bothered me, they're pointers essentially. You know, the NFT is baked into the smart contract. Yes, that's a non-fungible pointer, but the assets are actually pointed, and they point to IPFS, or in some cases, Amazon Web Servers. Someone has to maintain those servers for these things to live. So we all love these assets we have in our wallet. Some of them are treasured, and they're all going to die in 10 years. Like, you know, show me a link that from 1990 that's still active to an image. That's going to be the case for most of these other chain NFTs. The difference with Ordinals is when you inscribe these things on Bitcoin, they're baked into the transaction. They're on Bitcoin forever, secure by Bitcoin forever. So you acquire a piece of artwork you love, you take a collectible that you love, and you want to pass that down the generations, you can now do that on Bitcoin. So that's why I went completely 180 into Ordinals, and it's now like, where else and why else would you want to do it anywhere else?
So to your question, Michael, and that was a very long-winded answer, but effectively, the Trio DEX will be for tokens, but those tokens will leverage Ordinals. And my view is NFTs and fungible tokens are completely related, and they're all about the tokenization of everything.
So, for example, gold, which is considered to be fungible, are you going to be going and just saying, I want to borrow gold as a fungible? Or would you say, I would have this bar of gold as a non-fungible, or both?
Both. So basically, this week, with our partners Swarm, who are around here, Timo's in the audience, he's a legend. He's wearing the RWA cap. So you can guess that he's the guy who is encouraging us to do RWA on Bitcoin, among other people. So the great thing about what we did with Swarm is we're basically storing individual gold bars as NFTs in Brink Vaults in London, right? And you can buy a gold bar sometimes, and they trade like NFTs. So sometimes there'll be like a 5% discount to the price of gold. Sometimes there'll be a 10%. So we're just playing kind of with that thing.
I'm buying it at a 5% discount of the price of gold.
It's absolutely.
So Michael, we could just tip you off. We'll get the like automated Michael alert in the Trio app to get like the 5% discount to the price of a gold, because this will happen.
Yes.
So you'll be able to swing trade the NFTs, and then we'll be able to tokenize that. But our view is essentially Ordinals are more developed than fungible token on Bitcoin. Fungible token RWAs are more complex in a legal way. So like we're aiming to be, even though Brock said it's like free market forever, like I don't necessarily trust every regulator in the world to believe the same thing, but they should. However, like the floodgates are opening. It's going to happen on top of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to tie up with all the other chains, and this is going to drive the 1 million Bitcoin that Brock and Michael were talking about.
Fantastic. So we got about 2 minutes left. Anything else that you'd like to say about your path and how people can participate?
Yeah. So obviously, like we're signing LOIs with the biggest token projects in Bitcoin. Like effectively, like we were chatting with our great friend and advisor Domo, who first deployed the Audi token and came up with the concept of BRC20. He said, whatever you want, man, as long as you help me build out the future of BRC 2.0. So Zach, who's in the audience, is our legendary CTO. And if you want to delve into anything technical on Bitcoin, He could run you through it. He will blow your mind. But basically, he's learning on stage right now that's a job that he's got to do. But, however, like basically, we honestly think like we've been honored. If you're a layer 2, we want to talk with you. If you're a project that wants to launch on Bitcoin, we want to talk with you. If you're a liquidity provider who wants to give capital, you want to talk with you. If you want to invest in us, you're welcome. We might not let you.
Round's closing.
Round's closing. But that was not a pitch or a solicitation of any form. Okay. Not financial advice, sorry.
He wasn't passing a bag around, no.
Yeah.
Contact him for a prospectus, as they say. So,
Yes, yeah. And you see my lawyer, and we can't accept anyone in a public forum.
No.
Yeah. Okay. But a great honor to be here. We had the Trio House the last 2 days. Many people we've heard around Las Vegas have said it was like one of the biggest parties in Las Vegas. We're truly honored. I don't know if it's true, but it felt like it to us.
Well, I got a cab here tonight, and I said Tommy Asso Lane, and they're like, "Is that still going?" And then I'm like, "Yeah, we hosted the event," and the guy's like, "Yeah, sure, buddy." But no, listen, Michael and Joyce, thank you
you
so
took
much.
about 3 hours off before it started again, yeah.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Michael and Joyce, for hosting us. It's been absolutely fantastic.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Happy to have you, and I guess you're going to do it next year.
Definitely.
Okay.
For sure. And it's going to be called Trio House Part 2.
Okay. Thank you.
Tokenize, let's innovate, bringing assets to the digital state. From finance to games, we're redefining, connecting the dots. The future is shining.